Hi everyone. Tonight I'm in my basement working. As you can see, this is my workbench. You got two main projects. A mower deck shell there has been there for 2 years or more. It's part of a Sears tractor, some Simplicity parts, some Volan's parts, a big Briggs engine, but tonight we're working on this little 5.5 horsepower Tecumseh. This one came off a tractor you've never seen before, and I never told you about. And I know what you're probably thinking. You already saw all the tractors in the other videos, or at least you think you did. Well, I didn't show you this one, but we don't have far to go and look at it. You can sort of make it out under there. It's a Wheel Horse 551. And there's its engine. I had to take it out because it was seized up whenever I bought the tractor, and it had a slight surface rust in the cylinder. But the tractor, the transmission's seized and won't go into 2 gears, so that's a good reason why you never get excited and buy something without thoroughly checking it. Because I did that and bought it without realizing these problems. Now we're up close to it. As you can see, I got it flywheel off. Had to take the exhaust valve out. It was real dirty in there. Cleaned up the piston. It actually cleaned up really nice. You could see a little bit in there where the piston rings sat and left marks. Couldn't get them out with some sandpaper and WD-40, but it turns out they're pretty smooth, so hopefully it might run. It still has spark, which is a good sign. Okay, I'll turn it back on once we get... Okay, now I'm working on getting this exhaust valve back in. I'll show you a quick, easy tip to getting these springs back in if you don't have the proper tool. I found, compress a spring and zip tie it. Then you can just put it in there, get everything lined up, cut the zip ties, and then you have your spring in place. Yeah, I don't have this little special tool to hold these, so makes it a lot easier than fighting with a couple screwdrivers and my fingers. Okay, I'll show you when it's all the way in. Well, as you can see, it's in. It only took a few minutes and a few swear words. So hard to get big fingers around in there and get that little valve keeper on the bottom, or spring keeper, whatever it's called. Either way, it was a fight. Next up, we have the valve breather cover. Piece by piece, it's going back together. Okay, we got the head put back on and partially tightened down. Those front 3 bolts gotta wait until we put that front shroud on. Next up is the flywheel and the pull rope, pull start cup. So I'll have those on in a minute and show you. Okay, we got the flywheel all the way bolted on now, and the shroud all the way bolted on. So next step is to torque the head bolts down. Whenever you put your flywheel shroud on, make sure to put this on before you bolt it in, or else you're going to have to take everything else apart again. So, I have no clue what the proper torque is, so I'm going to be on the safe side and go to 20 foot-pounds and work my way up. You always want to do that, so. And also, you want to use a specific sequence whenever you're torquing these. You don't just go in a circle. You go like here, then back one, then to this one side one, and like over here to this one, over this one, then like here, and to this one, and then your 2 sides. You always want to stagger them as you're tightening them down to keep it evenly torqued and keep the head from warping. Next, I'll show you after the recoil's back on. Well, I got the recoil on, and I put the carburetor on, so now I'm going to test and see if it might fire on some WD-40 to see if it's worth leaving together, or if I have to take it apart again and actually rebuild the whole thing like I think I have to. Well, it didn't fire. Probably has weak spark, or just WD-40 isn't a good enough, isn't flammable enough, so I have to get some starting fluid or carb cleaner to really see if it will work. Well, that's all for now.